90.9 The Bridge. Thank you so much for joining us today as we are joined by a very special guest across the ocean, Dodie Clark, aka Dodie, who has taken the time for what is her now the afternoon to this afternoon to talk to us about a variety of different things going on in her career. And Dodie, we've been so excited about your music since we received Hate Myself, and just can't express enough how happy we are to have you join us today.
Wow, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so excited to chat.
Well, you have been doing this for a while now. So in February, Doddle Oddle, which is your YouTube channel, celebrated 10 years. 10 years.
Mm.
But it's kind of crazy because this is technically your first official full length release with Build a Problem that just released earlier this month. And you released several EPs. You've done three EPs kind of independently with Doddle Oddle, but has it has it been much different with the release of a full length? I know the pandemic kind of throws some wrenches in there, but
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely been different because of the pandemic. Like there was no party, there haven't been any shows since. So it definitely has felt different in that regard. But in terms of like the feeling, I think for me, I feel completely 100% like so proud and happy of this album. Like this is the first time I've felt like yes, this is a body of work that I can really say is completely mine and me, all like in and out. Um, and I think it just honestly took that long to learn what my music is and release those EPs and make all of that music online to really like craft and find out what it means. So yeah, I guess it feels right for this to be a debut album. Definitely took my time though, long time.
well, and you it's not like you haven't had the work to do it in regard to the music because you've got a good amount of it out there. Um, I will say probably more so than anyone that I've had the fortune to speak with, your career has been so incredibly in the public eye from the very beginning. I mean, that's how it started with Dawdle Audle, 10 years ago when you were still a teenager, on YouTube. Your videos, for people who aren't maybe aware, are just um, so naked emotionally in so many ways. Um, I mean, and I guess we'll probably get to that in a little bit more, unless there's anything that you'd like to say in regard to that. But for those who don't know, because you have a substantial social following already, again, 10 years on YouTube, you do talk in your book, which you've also written, and we'll talk more about, I hope, about this notion of the theme park mind when you were a child. And I'm curious for our listeners, I mean, when did the music start? Who may not be familiar with you.
I've always loved music. I've always been a very dramatic kid as well. Um, yeah, just used to like hear music in my mind and like imagine that it was like accompanying my life. Um, And yeah, I just used to like sing in my bedroom, pretending it was a full song. Um, and then I don't really know, kind of like very gradually, bit by bit, I learned the recorder and then I learned the clarinet when I got my two front teeth. Um, and then like yeah, took music in school and fell in love with my own music and as in like finding my own taste in my like teens. Um, and then started writing songs for like school projects and like finishing them because of school. Kind of grateful for that for like, making me because I think yeah, I used to well, I mean like as a kid it would more be like ideas dotted. And then yeah, having a place to put them, which was YouTube, kind of turned it into a sort of scrapbook or a portfolio type thing or a hub of all of my projects. So yeah, it was nice to have a place to put it all. So it's been pretty gradual, but yeah, definitely organic.
Would you say then it's also the method with which you release it into the world? Is that a bit of, I mean, is that therapy for you in a way as well?
Definitely. Yeah. I say this a lot, but like I'm grateful to be able to process like feelings that don't I can't tap into without writing. I think it's really hard to like, find out what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and like what pain comes from where. But when I'm writing, I think I kind of get myself into like this weird subconscious like digging mode. And like sentences will come out or like lines will come out or melodies or like chords. And I realize I'm like, oh, I think that's come from this particular feeling. So yeah, it's just like I'm so lucky to be able to like pick that apart. And I recommend it to anyone, write it, like write a poem, write a short story, and you'll definitely be able to find like the workings of your mind in those characters or whatever. Okay. I carry the time we don't talk in a backpack. Leave it on the side with the nights you didn't call me back. And all the ideas and the hope I'd never ask him for. I'll throw them away, it's okay without a second thought. Gotta swore I wouldn't play the age-old game. Yeah, I watched you ask all your lovers away, rolling your eyes to the backs of your heads. Surely you know to close them instead. Cool girl will be different, I'll be quiet, oh so easy. Cool girl will be different, I'll be quiet, oh so easy. How much of a tongue can I bite until we notice blood? I spit to the left, carry on, just smile and say you're good. You will bleed and demand all your needs, but you can't, he'll be asked till he's bored. I would know, I've been bored before. Chill out if it's late, or every heavy sigh will seal a fate. Gotta swore I wouldn't play the age-old game. Yeah, I watched you ask all your lovers away. You rolling your eyes to the backs of your heads. Surely you know to close them instead. Cool girl will be different, I'll be quiet, oh so easy. Cool girl will be different, I'll be quiet. No, I won't be like them. Wants me more than friend. No, I won't be like them. I'll be quiet again. Oh, so easy. Oh, so easy.
Here in the States, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think just all of your work that you do, again, all the stuff that you've done on YouTube, you have a book out there called Secrets for the Mad, Obsessions, Confessions, and Life Lessons, which you wrote back in 2017, published in 2017. And I recommend it highly to anyone who is listening now, because in that same vein, you do, I think, offer stories for people who may also be struggling with, areas of mental health. And if you're okay to talk about it, at one point in the book, you talk about when you first really started to kind of spiral downward, and you went to speak to, it was your first interaction with a health official about what you were going through, and you talked about this kind of patronizing element. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. I will say, like, I think I forgive that doctor now. Like, she was only trying to do her best. And yeah, so basically, when I felt like depression creep in, and also a condition I have called depersonalization, it's basically just feeling very spaced out and disconnected. I didn't know really what they were, so I went to a doctor and I told her how I was feeling. I was pretty scared, and I was 17, and she just said that it was dangerous to diagnose someone so young, and it looked like I was doing okay. So she was like, but come back if you feel any worse. And obviously I didn't, because I felt very silly, and I didn't have a look at that for a good few years afterwards. And then everything had kind of gotten a lot worse. So yeah, it's a tough thing to communicate, but I do wish that she'd have maybe taken me a little more seriously.
I think it's an important story to share because I've actually had this conversation with several other people in my lifetime, and people who have had struggles with mental health who at their initial visit, I don't think people understand the amount of courage that it takes to muster to go that first time, particularly because there is such stigma around mental health to begin with. And if you're in that space, opening yourself up to someone can be quite daunting, and to have it be not reciprocated but taken serious
Mm.
can
Like,
stop
like
people from help.
I was gonna say, like, I haven't even thought about this, like, but I can imagine my life if I'd have said that to her, and if she said, "Oh, I noticed, like, you're talking about a condition called depersonalization, and also it seems to be causing you a little bit of depression. Like, here's a plan." Like, that would have changed my life, I think, for the next few years. Like, to get such an early start on trying to help myself would have, I have no doubt made such a difference. And yeah, it's hard to not feel angry and upset about that.
But I think it's also good for people to hear that those types of things happen. So if it's happened to them, then they know that they're not the only ones, and to maybe to try again, right? Because again, you mentioned it took 3 years for you to go back and to seek help. And so that's what I'm so grateful to you for sharing your stories in the very candid and open way that you do, because and you've said before in regard to DPD, I had never even heard of DPD. You've kind of become an unofficial spokesperson in some ways for it.
I know, it's like a weird silver lining in a not very nice thing. Like, and yeah, you asked me very kindly before we started. You were like, "Do you mind talking about it?" And I'm like, "I will always talk about it." Like, because if that's the only thing I have, then I might as well like use it. I'd rather not have it, but yeah, I'll spread awareness if nothing else. Thank you so much for like reading my book and everything. That's so
Oh, of
like
course.
depth. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's a great book. So
Oh my
thank you.
God.
Phenomenal storyteller. I mean, and as you can see with your music and hear with your music as well, I mean, you are a fantastic storyteller. So again, Secrets for the Mad Obsessions, Confessions and Life Lessons, very much worth checking out.
Someone hold me down before I book a flight to your front door. No one else will bring relief, and I don't want to grieve. Heaving life into the dead, the book is closed, the words were said. Everyone but me just knows how to let go. I felt it all go slack. Oh my God, I need it back. I'll grow the bones myself then, on my own again. I'm 25, and all this shit proves I'm alive. But I spend the day just spending days. Take it away. I'm not who they think I am. I try too hard not to give a damn, but I feel it, how they love me, all my daughters. But I'm screaming underwater, I will hurt you, almost definitely. Ask the people who have left me. Was there any other way? Different path, a different day. Every lover walking free. Now rid of me. I'm on a train, I'm in a car, washing my hair. I'm in the dark, I hate the world and it doesn't care. We just sit there. I'm not who they think I am. I try too hard not to give a damn, but I feel it, how they love me, all my daughters. But I'm screaming underwater, I will hurt you, almost definitely. Ask the people who have left me, how they love me, all my daughters. But I'm screaming underwater, I will hurt you, almost definitely. Ask the people who have left me.
And if you are just now tuning in, we're speaking with Dodie across the waters in the UK right now, if you're listening from the States, taking the time today to talk about Build a Problem, and which is her brand new album just released at the beginning of this month, independently and with The Orchard, so in collaboration with The Orchard, but also her channel, Dodle Oddle, which is a great name for, by the way. I want to go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, so it came from when I was younger. That's what my mum used to call me, because my brother called me my full name's Dorothy, but when he was that young he couldn't say it, so he said Doddle Oddle, and then my mum was like Doddle Oddle. Yeah, and I just thought it was very cute, but I have gone through life with people thinking it was Doodle Doodle or Doodle Oddle or Oddle Doodle or whatever, you know. It's fine, I am quite attached to it now.
I think it's fantastic, and made even more so by that story. So you have Dodle Oddle, and that's your main channel, but you also have, your side channels as well. So Dodle Vloggle, if people would like to check that out. And there, again, you'll find some of those more confessional, though, like I said earlier, I think that it takes a tremendous amount of courage, even though it is therapy for you. Like, you'll just get on and give a piece of a song and then say, I'm having trouble working with this, right? And I think that there's, again, a beautiful openness to the way that you interact with your fans in relation to that. When you go on tours, I read that are you still able to do this, I wonder, once the pandemic allows, like just do those kind of meet and greets that you do with your fans?
I don't really promise like a set meet and greet anymore, just because it is the weirdest experience. Yeah, it's like there are so many layers to it. Like, each person is hoping for an experience that will never happen because one person can't give so much to like hundreds of people. It's just like it's very overwhelming. Though I love to come out after shows and see if I can like just say a big hello and a big thank you in some way. And obviously I love like meeting people naturally, like on the street or whatever, and stopping for a chat, because I have the capacity to give the amount of energy I think they deserve. Yeah. But I mean, I will say, like, who knows? Definitely, like, mid-pandemic, I was like, I would even do like 10 meet and greets right now. I'm so like hungry for interaction, and like I'll do anything. Like, I can't wait to go back. So yeah, we'll see.
I did
Maybe
wonder
I'll
how that
have
would
like stored up all my energy since then.
I did wonder how that would work because that is something too, because you are so confessional in your in everything that you do. I'm sure that people who watch you and whose message, who feel and who reciprocate and who your message resonates with, they feel like they know you. And so that's got to be tough. In a
Yeah,
lot of
it's
ways.
really interesting because obviously I don't share everything at all. Like there's so much of my life that is mine. And I think I used to share quite a lot of what was happening to me day to day. Like if I had a meltdown that day, I'd like make sure social media knows where I'm at, which I think is a bit weird now. I don't think I would do that, not to that extent. Yeah, it's weird. There's like benefits to it. Obviously, like I think I thought I was helping because I was like, raising awareness about mental health. Like everyone needs to know that I'm not okay so they can feel better about not being okay. But also it got to a point where it was like borderline triggering for people to yeah, just listen to me cry about my depression. So I don't know. I think it's more important now to like take some time in a breakdown and then reflect afterwards maybe if I feel like it. Yeah.
It's 5 a.m. when you close the door. I don't know who I am anymore. And tell me, did you make your eyes blur so that in the dark I'd look like her? 4 tequilas down, who gives a shit? If we're messing around, they'll never know. They'll never know. So just hold me like you mean it. We'll pretend because we need it. Who knew I could be so brave? Though I know it shouldn't be this way. And it's wrong, more wrong. The deeper I sink, oh, kiss me before I start to think, oh, 4 tequilas down, who gives a shit? If we're messing around, they'll never know. They'll never know. So just hold me like you mean it. We'll pretend because we need it. Something in me says that this is okay. Something in me says that this is okay. Something in me says that this is okay. Oh, who the hell am I? I know this isn't right. For tequilas down, who gives a shit? If we're messing around, she'll never know. She'll never know. So just hold me like you mean it. We'll pretend because we need it.
You already touched on, did the pandemic change much for you day to day? And I mean, I guess in some ways then, yes, you didn't get as much interaction with people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the main thing is gigging. Like lacking of shows. That is just something that is so important to me, I think, for so many reasons. Like performing music is like an excellent way to connect with your audience, but also with yourself and like I don't know, like revisit your music in different settings with people. It's like a room full of processing. I've had like spiritual experiences at shows, both playing and watching my favorite artists, and I miss it so bad. I really, really hope that it comes back soon-ish. Yeah.
I think it will, hopefully. Um, Today, if you're just now tuning in again, our guest has been Dodie, Dodie Clark, aka just Dodie. And if you'd like to follow her on social, Doddle Oddle, a really easy way to do that. Doddle Oddle, not doodle oodle, like Doddle Oddle. So you have pre-recorded a beautiful, beautiful session for us that I've had the chance to watch. And so thank you for taking the time to do that. And we're going to air that for our listeners now. Is there anything else that you'd kind of like to make us aware of in relation to what's going on with Dodie here and in the future?
Oh, wow. I
Sorry,
don't
no
know,
pressure. Yeah,
Honestly,
no,
I think
sorry.
I might just say that I have no idea what's next. I think I just like held on to this album for so long. I was like, yeah, a year of having it completed. So I don't really know what my life is if it isn't waiting for an album to come out in a pandemic. I haven't thought about that. Oh
I think there are a
God.
lot of people in a similar-ish situation, maybe not
Yeah.
with the album, but just life in
Oh,
general. So no
definitely.
worries.
Everyone's been in limbo. Everyone's been waiting on something. Yeah, because the pandemic paused so much. So I don't know. Yeah, I have to have a think about it to be honest, but I think I'm sort of taking advantage of um not having to do too much and just going with the flow and things opening up a little bit here, waiting for a vaccine. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, good
just
luck. Good luck. Good
oh,
luck.
thank you. Yeah, UK is a little behind when it comes to younger people, but yeah, I think we're all honestly in the same boat.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just released an album, Sarah. Ah, give me a break. Let me just let me just swim in that, which you should.
No.
And congratulations, because it is a beautiful, beautiful work. And if you have not yet had a chance, if you are listening right now and have not had a chance to hear Build a Problem from Dodie, so much worth checking out. You can check it out on various whatever avenues of digital medium that you prefer. And so definitely worth taking the time. And you're going to hear some bits of that now as we play back this beautiful session that Dodie has taken the time to record for us here today.
Could it be different? Did it ruin the day? Or do you look angry? Oh, what did I say? Filling in the gaps, spelled a problem that neither of us needs. Something wrong with me. I'm getting desperate, losing my mind. Oh, how do we get here? Every time. One more fall down, one more do the dance. Really is no need, something wrong with me. No, I don't think I can help it. Oh, so illogical, I'm not magical. I can't read your mind, but how can you not hear the whole conversation I have? Sitting still with the brain on fire. I know it's a me thing, eyes closed isn't helping. When you go quiet, I hate myself. When you go quiet, I hate myself. Look at you sideways, playing a game. Oh, what if I laugh now? I think I'm insane. Filling in the gaps, spell the problem that neither of us needs. Something wrong with me. Pushing the boundary, something to prove. A strong expectation, you already lose. Oh, one more fall down, one more do the dance. Really is no need, something wrong with me. No, I don't think I can help it. Oh, so illogical, I'm not magical. I can't read your mind, but how can you not hear the whole conversation I have? Sitting still with the brain on fire. I know it's a me thing, eyes closed isn't helping. When you go quiet, I hate myself. When you go quiet, I hate myself. Give me a mystery, baby, that bloom for me. It's always the quiet ones, or something that must be done. I'm up in the red here. I don't think they get me, dear. I'm only proving how. I'm only with those and now. Give me a mystery, maybe they'll bloom for me. It's always the quiet ones, something that must be done. I'm up in the red here. I don't think they get me, dear. I don't think they get me, dear. Give me a mystery, maybe they'll bloom for me. It's always the quiet ones, something that must be done. I'm up in the red here. I don't think they get me, dear. I don't think I can help it. I don't think when you go quiet, I hate myself. I don't think I can help it.
so much for joining us today, Dodie.
Gosh, thank you so much. It's just been like wonderful to talk to you. Thank you.
Yes, likewise.